For 15 minutes. Oh, I am live. So there's me telling my family just to be quiet, but I guess I might. I think I might. Not sure. So, hello. Yes, I am. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Or good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are. So, I am going to be joined by my dear friend, the wonderful Emma Heatherington, best-selling author Emma Heatherington. Please don't view request to join me because I've just got to wait for Emma, and I forgot how to go live. I had to just go and ask my wife because I haven't done this for a while. I need help. So don't ask for me to join you because I've got to look for Emma. But before Emma gets here, I want to just give some information because this is really all about the Players Conservatory. We have Emma's class, so obviously we're going to be discussing this with Emma. I'm going to be answering some of your questions. People keep. Emma's class is beginning on the 13th of March. It's a 6-week course. It's €289 or £250 if you're in the UK. And there are only 2 spaces left. And Sundays are beginning on the 14th of March. And that's 6 weeks and the same place and 2 spaces left. And also my new Thursday class is going to be starting on the 18th of March, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm still looking out for you, Emma. I know you're there somewhere. I believe in you. You'll find me and I will find you. Please stop saying, can you request? I can't find Emma. People are like, no, I'm just going to do it anyway, whatever. Okay. The other thing is, Tuesday class at 6 p.m. PST. There are 2 spaces left. And on Wednesday, the 6 p.m. PST, there's only 1 space. And kids class, young actors class on Saturday, I think there is 1 space left. So I am now just going to look out for Miss Emma. And also all of that information, if I was going too fast and you didn't have a pen or paper, just look on the website or email us at the Players. Emma Heatherington, there you are. Yes, Emma. I see you. Pin, report, hide live, go live. Yes. I should have worked at NASA. I'm so technical. I'm so good at this. It's just strange. Without Rebecca, what am I doing? What am I doing here? All right, so there she is.
Hi.
Fantastic. I feel so relieved and happy when I see you there. How are you, Emma?
Yeah, I'm good. Can I just apologise for the quality of my camera? I'm just saying it's not really great. I smashed my phone. There. It's the phone. I smashed my phone. I dropped it.
Oh bugger. Oh, never
so
mind.
It's
as long as we
can
still see your lovely face and we can hear you, and that is really. We have so many questions about the writers course and everything else that you're doing. So if I may, I'm going to play host.
Okay, good.
And let me start with some Emma questions. So some of the people that are taking your course and some of the people that may still join, some of them are asking, what, if anything, should we have prepared for the first writing class?
Okay, well, all you need really is a pen and paper and an open mind. Your imagination, just come completely open and ready for whatever comes along. So there's nothing really to plan ahead, only just yourself and a pen and paper. Very, very simple.
There you go. I mean, how little requirement is that? Imagination and a pen and paper.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody else asked, I'm sorry if I don't know who asked the questions. I've just got a list of questions. I'm a singer-songwriter. How do you come up with writing ideas? Because I've had a bit of writer's block lately and would love to showcase my singing with an original song. Well, I mean, this is playing into, for those who don't know, your fiance or husband, I'm not even sure.
Fiance, yes.
Is a singer-songwriter and you're a novelist. So I think you're well placed to answer that.
Yeah, and I also write songs as well. So we have great fun sometimes. Jim plays guitar and I throw out some lyrics. So it's a lovely pastime of ours. Look, this is exactly what we're going to be covering in the course, how to cope with writer's block, what to do when you just get frozen and you can't think. I have loads and loads and loads of exercises to overcome that. But for the lady who asked the question, the first thing I would say is, think of your, something as simple as think of your 5 senses, think things that you can see, things that you can hear, things you can smell, things you can taste, things you can touch. And just by something as simple as that, you'll start getting lines. And I do that in the classes as well. You know, that's one of the very, very simple exercises that just start the kicking the brain into gear and getting those creative juices flowing. So there's going to be loads of that on this course. So you start. When I get a bit stuck, I tend to go for a walk and just leave things for a while.
Yeah.
And when you're not thinking, you know, when you're not really putting yourself under that pressure, that's sometimes when it'll all come back. Like even like relaxing for a while, or just switch off from it for a wee while, and you'll find that when you go back with fresh eyes, something might have clicked into place.
I've sorry to interrupt you. I find the same thing when learning a script. The brain can take in a certain amount of information, and then it kind of, like a computer, needs to file it and sort it. So you do, I find the same thing, you know, spending 20-25 minutes learning lines and then going and taking a 5-10 minute break, or a walk around the block, or a bike ride, or have a snack, is really good, because the brain, I find, still is marinating on it, is working on it in your subconscious, and you can kind of come back to it, and then something appears that wasn't there before. Because also we can run ourselves creatively into a bit of a cul-de-sac, into a brick wall, can't we? And kind of go, oh God, I can't do anything. And then, as you say, go for a walk, and it kind of frees up a little bit.
I find that my brain is switched on a lot when I'm doing other things, you know, that I can, even something as mundane as housework, and I'd be still thinking about storylines. So when I do sit down at the laptop, it all starts to come out again. So there's loads of ways to get over it.
I couldn't agree more. Another question is, what preconceptions about the writing process should we work on removing before the first writing class?
I suppose any fear that it might be out of your league, it's not going to be out of your league. Everyone is very, very capable of doing this. I'll be catering for all different levels of abilities. It's going to be fun. It's not like school. It's going to be really interactive. There's going to be lots of chat, lots of like I say, it's going to be, you're going to learn a lot and maybe not realize you're learning it. So don't be afraid. And I'm very approachable all the time for questions if somebody is a bit stuck, but it won't be any way out of your league.
That's a really good point. I think I when I started with the conservatory, a lot of people are like, well, I'd love to, but I'm not really an actor, or I have no experience, and that was really primarily why we started the conservatory, because there's so many people that I've met over the years that have said, oh, I'd love to, but I don't know how to. It seems out of reach. It just seems like something that other people do. And one of the other things I've sort of said, and maybe this is the same for your course, that I've said, look, this course is not just about or for people that want to be professional actors. It's also playing. The Players Conservatory is because we play, and it's really fun to play, even as a grown-up, to do a bit of, I was doing improv with my junior actors today, and it was hilarious, and we had a really good time. So even those people, these young actors, some of them may not want to go on to become professional actors, but it's a really fun exercise to get together with people with like-minded kind of ideas, and just, you know, be creative, just to be creative. And whatever you put down, it's always better than nothing being put down. Do you know what I mean? So I feel the same way. I hope people see both of our courses in the same way, that, you know, do it if you want to do it professionally, and this is something you want to do with your life as an occupation, but also it's open to everybody. I mean, with the acting, it can help your confidence, your public speaking. With the writing, it could just help you be a creative force all by yourself, and you don't have to wait for anybody else's permission to do that. So I think that's great. Here's a good question. Do you have a full idea of the story when you write, or does it kind of come to you as you go along?
A bit of both. I try and plan it out because that's what I have to do now, because I'm with a publisher who want to know what I'm going to be writing about. So I have to give them a good overview of where the story is going to go, like a synopsis, if you like. But it's never written in stone. And one of the things that I love the most about writing is how much it can surprise you as you write a story, that a brand new idea might come, you know, or a new character. For example, I'm working on my 2022 novel at the minute, and all of a sudden these lovely two characters just have walked in, as if they just walked in themselves, you know, they just came out of nowhere, and I'm having loads of fun with them. So it can take you down all different avenues.
And
So a wee bit of planning, but not quickly.
Can I ask, those two characters that you just mentioned, so they weren't there initially, and something, bits of other people or situations led you to the amalgam them together, and all of a sudden you're like, great, these are going to be great for the second act or the third act. Is that how it kind of happened?
It just it's the main character staying in a B&B and in Cornwall, and it's the owner of the B&B and his partner, and they've just brought the whole thing to life. You know, I wasn't expecting them to be even mentioned, but they've just like, as if they've walked into the room and they've just taken over, and I'm having such fun with them. You know, I'm really enjoying them. So
see, I already want to go stay with that nice gay couple at the B&B in Cornwall, because I know they're hilarious and probably make great dinners. And see, I'm already starting to go, I love those characters already, and I don't even know them.
And they've given her lovely advice, and you know, she's in a bit of a sticky situation, and all of a sudden, you know, they're playing this big part in her life, and I had never planned for them to even exist. So something like that can just spring out, and it's just so lovely.
That's the beauty of what we do. Being creative is a really, really a fun sort of retreat, especially with the world that we've been living in over the last year. It's really, really tough to. I think a lot of people go, well, I can't be creative because I've been stuck at home. Then, you know, draw from what you're feeling. You know, maybe it's not about being stuck at home, but somebody that is claustrophobic or isolated. And there's no end. Now, we have some questions for both of us, which I'm going to let you field first. Emma and Sean questions. Is it natural to be nervous that I'm not talented enough to be part of this? I'll let you take that.
That goes back to what I was saying earlier about being a bit afraid. Of course, it's natural, and if you're going to try anything new, you're going to be nervous, and I think that's probably a good sign that you care about it. So if you're nervous, that means you care, and you know, I think those nerves will soon go after the initial, you know, the first session. You know, there'll be no nerve.
I do something with all of my actors when we're warming up. Acting warm-ups are notoriously. They look stupid. You kind of feel stupid doing the and all these weird things to try and stretch your mouth and warm up your lips. And I say to my students, it's very important that you feel embarrassed, because I want you to recognize what that is, and then we're going to check that at the door. Because if everybody's doing it, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. And it's so funny how quickly you can get over your oh gosh, I'm a bit shy. Once you're in a class full of people and everybody's starting at the same time, the same place. Instead of feeling embarrassed or nervous, you start to feel like, oh wow, I feel the strength of the team. You know, we're going into this together. We're gonna, you know, experience this and experiment with our creativity together. And that I think it's funny how in one or two lessons, a lot of that nervousness, that anxiety, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, it dissipates, because I mean, obviously, I know you well, and I know the kind of way that you're going to run a class. And it's warm and it's encouraging, and there's no room in our school for any kind of, oh, you're no good, you don't belong. I would be appalled by that. I would be absolutely, you know, that's just not going to happen. So if you feel that way, like you're a little nervous, don't worry. Everyone does. We're a little nervous teaching at the beginning, because we're like, okay, can we do this? Are we going to do it well? So it's a little bit of nervousness, as Emma says. Sometimes it fuels a little bit of the electricity that gives you that spark and makes it fun. Emma, what do you want the students to take away from these classes?
I want them to remember it as a really something that they could be proud of, that they've done for themselves and themselves only, because writing's a very personal thing. And it's lovely to share some of your stories with other people as you write them, and it's also lovely to keep some of it just for you if that's what you want to do. So I want them to have people who are thinking that they want to write, but they don't know where to start. By the end of this 6-week course, you'll have written loads and loads and loads. So, so they're going to have loads of work written. That's what they're going to be taking away with it. I would also love to have seen new friendships form as well, because, you know, when I do these in real life, I always really get such a thrill when I see the group. And it goes back to what you were saying a few minutes ago about nerves. Everyone has each other's back, and there's a really strong dynamic forms, you know, with the group, and even with me as the teacher, that we all become friends really, and so you'll be taking away new friendships, a whole new world, a whole new way you maybe see the world, because if you think of it like a toolkit, I'm going to be giving you all these different tools that you'll be able to take with you for the rest of your life really. Should you never write a novel, should you never write another word, it might make you see things a wee bit differently.
Yeah.
And that I would be so happy with that.
Absolutely. And the other thing I would say is that writing is one of those beautiful sort of things that you need no one else to do it.
Yeah.
You need nothing more than a pen and paper,
Mm-hmm.
or a basic computer or typewriter or whatever it is that you write on. And what I love about the idea, because as you know, I'm still an aspiring writer and try to write all the time, but you don't need anyone else's permission to do it. And like you said, you can show it to people, you can share it, or you can keep it for yourself. But just to create something out of nothing always makes me feel kind of the day wasn't wasted. Even if I sat down and wrote a couple of pages, or or those moments where you actually go, oh, this is great. Look at this. And you feel dying to show somebody, look at this sort of passage. Look at that. It's a good, just to me, and I know that there are millions of people out there that feel the same way, that they love being creative. They're just not sure where to put it. And so these classes, the whole idea and the ethos is to make it really accessible and really available to everybody, no matter where you are, as long as you can jump on a Zoom call and you got a paper and pen.
Yeah, and you can do it anywhere, of course. You can do it absolutely anywhere. You can write when you're sitting in the car, you can write when you're on the train or on the bus, or when you've got when you're making the dinner. I've seen myself, even when I'm cooking, just writing down ideas in case I lose them. So you can do it absolutely anywhere. And as you say, you don't need anything, only your own self and a pen and paper or whatever.
I think the other thing is, you, as you say, you can sit down and write, or I can sit down to start breaking down a character because I'm doing something. But even when I'm off during my day, during, playing with my children or whatever, my mind is still ticking over, making choices, making decisions about what I often work from what I won't do. I don't think the character will do this. So I'm left with a sort of bag of choices where I can still keep it free and loose. And again, just that thing of being creative is a really, really fun and kind of mentally healthy thing, because we live in a time of great mental unwellness. And so I think a bit like that feeling one gets from going to the gym or eating healthy for a few weeks, when we pour our creative selves into a piece of writing or in a piece of acting, it can be just incredibly refreshing and we feel kind of renewed. So we have some other questions for me and you, and so I think we'll both jump in on these. Somebody asked me, what is the difference between the beginner class and the actors class at the conservatory? And I don't know if this will be quite the same with you, Emma, but for me, what I do is generally take people on for a 6-week course so that they can understand what we do, see how we do it. Hopefully they enjoy it and like you said, make friends with their classmates, because we don't just work in class, then I put you off in partners and you practice together, and same with your writers. I'm sure you're going to be throwing ideas out and working with each other. And so we do a sort of an introductory 6-week course, and then we do a month-to-month course if you want to stay on and you're enjoying it. Then it becomes just like, that weekly going to the gym or your Pilates class or cooking class, whatever it is. And I like you, I sort of have got very attached to a lot of my students and enjoy kind of looking forward to each class. Somebody asked, because you've done a bit of teaching before, Emma, I know. What do you like most about teaching?
I think the people, really. It's all about the people. And I still, I love when someone comes up to me, maybe in the supermarket or something, and they say, I was in your writing class 5 years ago, and
that's great.
And they just completely light up, when they're telling me, and I go, oh yes, I remember you, and we'll have a chat, and so and then they'll maybe say, I've written bits and pieces since that or whatever. They'll give me a wee update of what they're doing. So just I think there's, as you said, there's like an endorphin nearly release when you're teaching a class and you see people getting so much out of it, and you see them all bonding, and you see their emotions, and you see it is so therapeutic, and it's just such a wonderful thing to be able to get that satisfaction at the end of the class that you maybe have made a difference to someone, because everyone comes in for their own reasons. They're all switching off from their real life to spend 2 hours with me and with their classmates, and when those 2 hours are done, something has changed, and they're all going away with something different. So
And I was just going to say, for anybody that wasn't joining us right at the beginning, one of the things that Emma's class and my class and all of the classes, because we're going to have more in the future, whether it be singer-songwriters, directors, painters, we're going to have a lot of different courses coming up in the future. But the thing we want to sort of be really clear about is this is not a class just for people that have already established themselves. If you've never done creative writing, if you've never done acting, then great, don't worry. Then you're coming in with no bad lessons or bad habits. We will take you. This is really a place for people to begin, and you know, and in time we'll have classes for people that maybe are a bit more of an advanced level. But starting out, we kind of want to encourage everybody to give it a try. And you know, I mean, hopefully, God willing, lockdown for all of us is going to end in the next few months, or at least at the end of the year. But in the meantime, I think we're going to find a lot of us are still doing a lot of things over Zoom, and you know, we can be with each other. I know in some of my classes I have 7 different people from different countries, and it's so cool having somebody from Canada, America, Finland, Scotland, Ireland, France, all in the same class. We can all be in the same space at the same time, despite the distance between us. So Zoom's not been a bad thing that's come out of the whole COVID time. Somebody said, should I take this class if I'm looking to improve my, I presume this is about the acting, should I take it if I'm looking to improve my public speaking, as I don't want to be an actor? Yes, as I mentioned before, this isn't just about people trying to be an actor. It's amazing. I've had a couple of students say that it's really changed the way that they interact in meetings, in the office, or if they have to give a presentation, they're much more confident. They even enjoy it. They've had feedback. Wow, you're getting much better at that. So every one of us has to give a speech at some point, whether it's at a wedding or at Christmas or a birthday. So, and you know, public speaking is one of the big 3 that people dread more than death itself. So if you just want a little bit of confidence, we will help you find that for sure. That's something that we can definitely do. Somebody asked, will I be popping in the writing class? I will, maybe just to say hello. I don't want to distract from what Emma's doing, but I will certainly pop in and just say hello to all the students, and maybe after a week or 2, really at Emma's sort of say so. But I don't really want to get in the way of Emma's class, so I will pop in and say hi. And so I think this is sort of for both of us. Emma, somebody says, if I have a speech impediment, can I still get into acting? But obviously, I think even talking in a creative writing class, you know, when people have a speech impediment, you know, it's worth noting the current president of the United States had a very strong speech impediment and got over it. Of course, you can still act. Of course, and maybe we can find techniques and ways to help you overcome that and get better. And I think with creative writing, for people that are, I think that often maybe that's why a lot of people want to write, because they've got a lot in them, but maybe don't want to physicalize it.
Yeah, no better vehicle than to write and express yourself in that way. Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, look, I think we've got through most of the questions. Anything else? I'm going to leave this up on our, I think on our Instagram TV, whatever it is thing. Just a quick reminder for those who are just joining late, for Emma's class, there are 2 classes. Saturday, the 13th of March, is a 6-week course, and it's €289 or £250. There are 2 spaces left. On Sundays, 14th of March, 6 weeks, same price. And again, 2 spaces left. So not many. So whoever gets in first, that you may nab the spots. And the same for me. Thursday class is beginning on the 18th of March at 11 a.m. PST, 7 p.m. GMT, and they will be 4 weeks classes. And there is only 1 space left, and 2 spaces left on a Tuesday, 1 space left on a Wednesday. If you want any of the information, go to the Players Conservatory, and we will try to give it all to you there. Emma, it's so lovely to see you. I'm so excited for your class to begin. And as I said, I'll pop in, but we will be talking plenty. But thank you again.
Can I ask you one wee thing, Sean, before we go? I need a wee bit of help with this myself.
Of course.
If anyone follows me on Facebook, they'll have seen over the past few days that I am trying to name my new leading man in my next year's novel.
Oh,
wow.
So
I was hoping maybe you could give me your opinion. His first name is Senan, which is a lovely Irish name, Senan, Senan. And I'm halfway through the book, and he was called Senan Murphy the whole way through. But then I realised that I'd used Murphy in Secrets in the Snow, so I can't use it again. So I put a shout out on Facebook, and everyone was so enthusiastic. So we've narrowed it down now to 4
Oh, that's
possibilities.
fantastic. So the public
And one of
now
them,
they may actually have added an ingredient
yeah,
to the new novel.
they have. And so the four that I've narrowed it down to are O'Neill, so Senan O'Neill, Senan O'Donnell,
Oh, solid.
Senan Maguire,
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
a name. Yeah.
or Senan Rooney. So we've got
Ooh, that's a
O'Neill,
tough one.
O'Donnell, Maguire, or Rooney.
Wow. Well, do you know what? I don't want to put my thumb on the scales, especially as my last name's in there. That would be wrong of me. But I will let the public weigh in, and I look forward when I
Yeah,
read this one to finding out who did the public choose and see. Look, you're all
yeah,
part of the creative process already, even without taking the class yet.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
contagious. That's
yeah.
fantastic. That's fantastic, and thanks to everybody that's been supportive of Emma and I's endeavour with this. We're really looking forward to seeing you all in classes, and we will pop up from time to time and maybe give you some progress reports on how we're all doing. But please check out the website, theplayersconservatory.com. And thank you, dear friend. Lovely to see you. Please give my love to Jim and
Thank
the
you too.
kids
I will indeed.
and
Yeah.
everybody in Northern and in Southern Ireland. We send our love to you all. And thanks for all your questions, everybody. And to all of our
Thank you.
students, everybody that's helped make the conservatory up and running and going strong. Thank you so much. It's been a joy and we're loving every minute. So thank you, everybody. And if you missed this or your friends missed this, tell them that it'll be up on IGTV, I think it's called.
Cool, Sean. Chat soon.
All right. Bye, Emma. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Take
Have a
care.
lovely day. Bye, everybody.
See you
Bye bye.
guys. Bye.